Hello, welcome back, and thanks for joining me. Today I will continue to read to you from The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden, and we're going to continue on with the June chapter. In the old Latin calendar, June was the 4th month. Ovid states that this month received its name in honor of Juno. Other writers connect the term with the consulate of Junius Brutus. Probably, however, it was an agricultural reference and originally denoted the month in which crops grow to ripeness. The Anglo-Saxons called it the dry month, also midsummer month, and in contradistinction to July, the earlier mild month. The summer solstice occurs in June. Saints' Day, etc. June 11th, Saint Barnabas. June 24th, Midsummer Day, Nativity of St. John the Baptist. June 29th, St. Peter. June mottos. Mist in May and heat in June bring all things into tune. A dripping June keeps all in tune. June damp and warm does the farmer no harm. Barnaby bright, June 11th, all day and no night. St. Barnabas, mow your first grass. And now we're into a diary section. June 1st, northwest wind, heavy thunderstorms, morning and afternoon. 2nd, I saw the yellow bittercress in flower in the marsh at Widney today. Many of the meadows are golden with buttercups, and some of the fields are showing quite red, where the sorrel is coming into flower. 3rd, bright and sunny, the first summer's day we've had. 4th, Whit Monday, another summer day. Gathered the greater celandine and saw the brook lime and yellow rattle in flower. 5th, glorious day with cloudless sky and bright sunshine all day long. 6th, another glorious June day. Drove with a large party to Yarningale Common through Knoll, Baddesley, Clinton, Wroxall and Shrewley. The common was covered with short grass and fuzzy bushes and smelt deliciously of thyme, though we found none quite in flower. There were any number of little flowers growing in the turf, quaint tities of purple and red milkwort, tormentil, meadow lousewort, heath, bedstraw, and 2 species of vetch and 2 of speedwell. There were great numbers of birds, chiefly zinnets and warblers, flitting about among the firs. I also noticed a pair of whinchats and some titlarks. We discovered 8 birds' nests in the patches of gorse and bramble, a yellow hammer's, 2 linnets, a whitethroats, a willow's warbler, a green finches, and 2 thrushes. Most of the nests had young ones in, but the yellow hammers contained 4 eggs. There were a good many small heath butterflies flying about the common, and the meadow browns and garden whites were plentiful. The only other butterfly I saw was the orange tip. 8th, cycled through Widney. I gathered the lesser spearwort in the marsh there, also ragged robin. All the buttercups are now in flower. The meadow bulbous and creeping varieties. There is a wonderfully large crop of oak apples on the oaks this year. I never remember to have seen so many, and the foliage on many of the oak trees is quite covered with small green caterpillars. The oak apple or oak gall is formed by a small insect, the gall wasp, which thus provides shelter and sustenance for its larvae. The transformations from the larval state are completed within the gall, from which the perfect insect tunnels its way out. The formation of the gall appears to be caused by some irritating fluid or virus secreted by the female insect and deposited with her eggs in the puncture made in the branch. June. And after her came jolly June arrayed, all in green leaves, as he a player were. Yet in his time he wrought as well as played, that by his plough irons mote right well appear. Upon a crab he rode that did him bear, with crooked crawling steps and uncouth pace, and backward yode as bargemen wont to fare, bending their force contrary to their face. Spenser. A cloudless sky, a world of heather, purple of foxglove, yellow of broom, we two among it waiting together, shaking out honey, treading perfume. Crowds of bees are giddy with clover, crowds of grasshoppers skipping at our feet, crowds of larks at their matins hangover, thanking the Lord for a life so sweet. Jean Ingelow. Why will your mind forever go to meads in sunny Greece? Our songbirds have as fine a flow, our sheep as fair a fleece. Among our hills the honey bee, and in the leaning pear, I tell you there is Arcady in leafy Warwickshire. Norman Gale. June 8th. I saw an owl tonight flying across the gardens at the back of the St. Bernard's Road. This is the first one I have seen at Olton. G brought in some blossoms of the dusky cranesbill today. She picked them on the bank of a lane near Sheldon. In all probability, the seed of the plant have been carried there from some garden, as this plant is very rare in its wild state. Silverweed, wood sanicle, rough hawkbit, small hairy willow, herb, and comfrey in blossom. The wild service tree has been in flower for some weeks. This is the 11th day of bright sunshine without rain. 13th. I gathered some figwort and celery-leaved crowfoot this afternoon in the ditch in Elmdon Park. Also found the bittersweet black bryony and creeping cinquefoil in flower. It had been gloomy all morning, and before I reached home, a heavy storm of rain came on. Very grateful after the long drought. 14th. Wild guelder rose, elderberry, and wild angelica in blossom. The pleached bower, where honeysuckles ripened by the sun forbid the sun to enter. Much Ado, Shakespeare. All twinkling with the dewdrop's sheen, the briar rose falls in streamers green. Scott. For the rose, ho the rose, is the eye of the flowers, is the blush of the meadows that feel themselves fair, is the lightning of beauty that strikes through the bowers on pale lovers who sit in the glow unaware. Ho the rose breathes of love, ho the rose lifts the cup to the red lips of Cyprus invoked for a guest. Ho the rose, having curled its sweet leaves for the world, takes delight in the motion its petals keep up, as they laugh to the wind as it laughs from the west. E.B.B. translated from Sappho. June. The evening comes, the fields are still, the tinkle of the thirsty rill. Unheard all day, ascends again, deserted is the half-mown plain. Silent the swaths, the ringing wain, the mower's cry, the dog's alarms, all housed within the sleeping farms. The business of the day is done, the last left haymaker is gone, and from the thyme upon the height, and from the elder blossoms white, and pale dog roses in the hedge, and from the mint plant in the sedge, in puffs of balm the night air blows, the perfume which the day forgoes, and on the pure horizon far, see pulsing with the firstborn star, the liquid sky above the hill, the evening comes, the fields are still. Matthew Arnold. June 15th. The birds still sing morning and evening, but there is not nearly such a full choir as there was a month ago. The cares and responsibilities of large families of hungry fledglings make too many demands on the time and attention of the anxious parents. It is very pretty to see the house martins sitting in the roadway collecting mud for their nests. Their short feathered legs look as if they had little white socks on. I was quite surprised to come upon a bank of beautiful purple foxgloves today, fully out. These are the first I've seen in flower. 16th. Saw the first wild rose in bloom. a fine pink one on the top of a high hedge, also blackberry in blossom. The roses and honeysuckle are full of bud, but they were late in bloom this year, owing to the long spell of cold weather. Saw the first field of grass down and cutting machines at work in several clover fields. Cow parsnip and bird's foot trefoil in flower. 23rd. Cycled through Widney. The yellow irises are out in the marsh there now, and at the edge of the stream I found the large blue water forget-me-not. While I was stooping to gather some, a beautiful demoiselle dragonfly came skimming across the water and lighted on a bunch of rushes. The next moment it was away again. In the meadow I saw several flowers in bloom for the first time. Purple tufted vetch, yellow vetchling, watercress, slender tare, welted thistle, and in the lanes hedge woundwort and dove's foot cranesbill. 24th. Midsummer Day. The cuckoo is beginning to change its tune. A little later he will be saying cuckoo instead of cuckoo instead of cuckoo. There is an old superstition concerning the cuckoo's cry in the south of England. If when you hear the cuckoo you begin to run and count the cuckoo's cry and continue running until out of earshot, you will add as many years to your life as you count calls. At least so the old women tell you in Devonshire. There are a good many rhymes about the cuckoo. In April, cuckoo sings his lay. In May, I sing all day. In June, I change my tune. In July, away I fly. In August, go I must. The cuckoo is a fine bird. She whistles as she flies, and as she whistles cuckoo, the bluer grow the skies. 25th. Went for a long country walk through Catherine de Barnes Hampton in Arden, Bickenhill and Elmdon. Everywhere the lanes were fragrant with wild roses and honeysuckle, and the breeze came to us over the hedges laden with the perfume of the clover fields and the grass meadows. The grasses of all kinds were lovely all along the wayside. I found the meadow sweet in bloom in many places, gathered self-heel and great burnet among the meadow grass and dogwood and the white waxen blossoms of the trailing rose from the hedges. We picnicked under the hedge with pink and white clover bloom and tall glasses nodding round our heads, while a pair of excited robins chattered and fluttered in the bushes around us, evidently very curious as to what we were about down in their field corner. I saw a great number of beautiful little dragonflies, pale blue with black markings, at a wayside pond, and yellow water lilies in full bloom on Elmdon Park Pool. 28th. Second day of continuous rain. Earthquake shocks are recorded in this morning's papers as having occurred yesterday in some of the western counties of England and South Wales, extending from Bristol to the Mumbles. 30th. Scarlet poppy, sow thistle, plume thistle, and wild mignonette in flower. June has been a very hot month with a large percentage of sunshine and frequent thunderstorms. And we'll leave it there until next month. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.